Hello everyone! Do you see this? This is a book corner made out of paper. Now last week I made some paper box corners that look like metal, and many of you have asked me to do the same for book corners. Look, it worked! If you would like to make these too for your handmade books or your junk journals, just stay tuned and I'm going to show you how immediately. To make these, basically I'm going to show you first how to draw it. So first I'm going to show you how to draw the pattern for your specific book with a black pen on a blank sheet of paper. The first line you make is how big you would like the corner to be. I'm going to use this. This is a bit more visible. So this length. So I made these 1 inch. I'm going to do just the same here. So 1 inch. And then 90 degrees. Also 1 inch. This is going to be the visible part. Now, as you see, the visible part, it has a little line here. I make it 1/4 of an inch. You can of course vary that. 1/4 of an inch here. I make this curved line just using something round. And I connect these lines. Now we're going to draw these parts. And these are the thickness of your book. Now, mine is quite thick. It's about a little bigger than 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to draw this just a smidge larger than 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to draw this here, like 8.5, like this. I'm going to connect these. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So also, again, a bit more than 1 inch, 1/2 an inch. Oh, what am I saying? A bit more than 1/8 of an inch, but that totally depends on the thickness of your book cover. So. And now we're going to draw the back side. And we're going to do that as followed. Since the length of the actual visible part of the corner is going to be 1 inch, I'm going to draw another 1 inch line from this point. That. Going to do the same from this point. So, no, that's okay. And then I'm going to connect these lines, and if your drawing is correct, they should really connect those two corners too. And it's correct. So drawing a line to connect all those 4 points. Now, we don't need all of it, but this way it makes it much easier to draw a correct pattern for your own book. And now I'm going to find a straight 90 degrees corner with this line to this point. Right, see? This is straight 90 degrees up to this point. And this part will disappear, but you needed that to find the right connecting point. I'm going to do the same on this side, 90 degrees, and to this point here. See? So this part you can cut away, and this part will be cut away too. Now I'm going to repeat this on an actual piece of cardstock, because this would be a bit flimsy to make corners. I took a piece of cardstock. This is in grams, 220 grams per square meter. And it doesn't matter which color, because I'm going to paint this anyway. Just use some scraps that you have. Now, if you would like to make a bunch of these, I advise you to make a template out of thicker paper or cardstock, so you don't have to measure all over again and again, and you could just trace it. So, just a tip. The next part is to cut these out. The next part is to fold these 4 lines. Now, because this is quite precise, I'm going to use the back of this craft knife. It makes it a bit more precise. So, line this up. And so use the back, not the front, or all your work has been for nothing. And now we can fold. I'm going to use a bone folder for a nice neat fold. Here too. And okay. And now when you close it, we have actually our base corner. You see it? And you can slide it on your cover. I tried several different ways of gluing it. The best way to close these, I found, was to glue one triangle inside and one triangle outside. This is, I don't know, thicker craft paper, 120 grams, I think, or some other piece of quite sturdy paper you've got. So you simply cut a piece of 1 inch to 1 inch square. You cut it out, and I already draw a line from one corner to the other. Of course, when you have bigger corners, like 1.5 inch, this should be 1.5 inch too, of course. Score the middle line. Of course, you don't have to actually draw the line. This is okay. And then fold in half. And now we're going to glue this in here. You can use glue, or if you like double-sided tape, it doesn't matter. It's your choice. So I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to slide it in and bend it over. It's important that you get this seam closed and gently press. The glue will hold. I like to use this one to really press the bottom part down. There. And that's not going anywhere. We have a really nice corner, right? A perfect fit for your book. Now I'm going to make another brass colored corner to match the book. It will be a bit more visible on the book too, because these are quite dark and perhaps not very visible. So a bit of acrylic paint, just metallic acrylic paint. This is a bit of a bronze color. Just paint it on. I'm using tweezers to hold it. Paint it on nicely. I'm just using these to let dry. So the acrylic paint is dry. Now I'm going to go over it with a blender with black ink. And this is going to give a lot of depth to the bronze and make it look older. And you can go over it as much as you like, as many times as you like, until you get the shade you like. I'm going to let the ink dry for a moment. So, like this, there. And the final step, if you like, is give it a coat of varnish. I'm using Mod Podge. There. When the Mod Podge has dried, or your other varnish, just simply put in some glue and add them to your book. So how pretty is this? It's made of paper and it looks really good. Don't you think? And to make silver looking corners, just use silver metal acrylic paint instead of bronze, of course. And also, if you want it a bit darker, go over it with some black ink. And there you get these. So, how pretty is that? This way you can make them for all your covers, how thick or thin they are. And it looks pretty good, inside and outside. And as always, if you would like to have these printable crafting papers for free, just subscribe to our newsletter. The link is in the description below. And within a few minutes, you can print these for your own look. The sun is shining in my craft room.